What's up everyone, it's Callum here from Cal Lindsay Videos, and in today's little quick video I am going to be playing a Steam game called Sinking Simulator. I haven't played this game in a little while, purely because of better games now that are more realistic, so to speak. Well, not even so to speak, they right, I'm gonna be right back. Then everyone, I am back. Apologies about that. Had to message one of my friends, but anyway, we are back, and what the hell? My ship has already taken on water. Well, seeing as she's already beginning to sink from there, what we might as well do is puncture a hole, and let's just let her sink down first. We'll puncture. So this would be the turbine room. This is a more of a Titanic-esque here, with things like this, but it's still quite a cool model. So now what we're gonna see is eventually it's gonna crack here because of all the water that's like coming in, because this is not very realistic. It will be about here that she crumbles, and we'll actually see a split down the middle. Now, as we can see, she's doing what Titanic did if you look, going across into compartment after compartment. She is beginning to dip further below the surface now, which is increasing the strain on this, and eventually look, she's beginning to crack here because of all that extra strain. You know, we don't have to really do much anymore and it will affect her. So we'll keep an eye on that, but knowing me, I'll miss it. She's sort of reaching equilibrium right now where she's not really doing much, but as this crack begins to get worse, partially because of me now, you know, here's something. Naturally now she's just filling with water, but to make it so she's gonna flood a bit quicker, this is a hell of a lot of strain on her hull here. As you can see, she's gonna begin to struggle a bit. If we were to, I don't know, say puncture here now, she's gonna drop a hell of a lot more. And if we say, as she's beginning to go further, more stress cracks are beginning to form in her hull, because if we look, she is now beginning to go further below. But while we look at that, I'm gonna make the water darkness a bit less. Now what's going to happen is she's going to go and flood further. I mean, if I were to open up, you know, these vents here and whatnot, and naturally she'll, as you can see, the keels, as I take more away, the keel begins to go. I'm going to apologise for the noise now, but that my computer might be making, if you can hear it. It's just overheated a bit, and there we go, she is now cracked right in half because of that strain. And what we see is it's also damaged here, because essentially it's hit that hard, it's actually managed to do some damage here. So that's quite cool, to be honest to say. You know, she's beginning to fracture here as well. So as you can see, it has actually done a bit of damage as well. Not to that part of the ship, but like that part itself. Let's load you and see what happens to you. We'll put a couple of holes in. In fact, I don't even know if my mic was on. In fact, we'll let this ship sink, and then I'll go check if I was having my mic on after. Because I've done that once. I've filmed a whole YouTube video and my mic wasn't even on. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and check if my mic's on, and I'll be right back. Okay then, I have confirmed my mic is on, so we can now carry on sinking our ocean liners. And now this one has an exterior, so what we can do is, if we were to say make a hole like this along her hull, we can actually watch her hull begin to take on water quickly. But we can also, to add to realism, to make her sink down a little bit less, like that. Naturally there's a lot of strain on her hull, which means she is going to tear. You know, she'll split right here, right down the middle, I tell you, she will. Because that's kind of their weak point, I guess you could say. So she was actually doing quite well until we added that other compartment in, which I guess you could say sort of sealed her fate. I mean, it'll be more so when she splits. That'll be when it's sort of all over for her then. Which is coming. I'm gonna say now, it'll be about there where she splits. So as you can see, she's climbing higher and higher out of the water. The strain on her hull's getting more, as we can see. Cracks are beginning to form right where I put the dot, and it's only a matter of time before the whole superstructure fails, and we'll see that happen as she gets higher and higher out of the water. We can see her cracks forming now. Oh, she ain't split where I thought she would. That is really weird. She's like split in like 3 places. What the fuck? Okay, wasn't expecting that now. What is this? Oh, a little ship. We can sink that. In fact, I'm pretty sure this Titanic was quite a good model. We also have an interior. So what we could do is do things like fill her pool up with water, like that, and also fill her tanks up with water. Alright, let's say if we were to, I don't know, say puncture here. So, oh no, she's got a massive gash in the forward bow. What's going to happen? Let's just have a look at where the water is in her exterior. She's still relatively stable, to be fair. For a little while anyway. Until the chain room began to flood, which then allowed lots of uncontained seawater into her. Now, just so that she don't split, I am gonna drain her water out of them, because we don't really want her splitting. So yeah. tomorrow I might do me next episode 2 of my latest series of that ship. Now, as we see, it's beginning to fill up different rooms. It's going into the passenger hallways. It's now begun to flood all of these boiler rooms as water now flows into here. The keel's beginning to fail there, which I nearly missed, which means she's gonna split. Now, after what we saw last time, I'm gonna say she's probably gonna split round here. After what we saw last time, you know. That's only going off last time though. You know, this ship could be very different. I don't know how, but who knows. But after this ship, I am gonna end my little video here. And yeah, so let's just see. Yeah, all along here's cracked here. She's cracks and beginning to propagate now. So yep, here's gonna be where she splits. Bet ya. Although here is starting to fail quite severely, it's still very much likely that here will be where she splits. Because if you look, it's here that she's bending. Only time will tell where she's going to split. As long as I don't miss it. That's funnel 1 collapsed, which allows much more seawater into the ship. She has already gone farther than Britannic did, I think, or about the same point. Don't you notice? Or the same point, which means if she's anything like Britannic, she's gonna split soon. But if she's built better than Britannic, which it's kind of beginning to look, considering water's already gone further than what was. Wow. Well, she's definitely split. Let's have a look at her exterior. Huge cracks across her whole ship. A very, very big break indeed. But with this ship now gone, I am gonna say thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy today's video, then don't forget to consider liking and subscribing, and perhaps even turn on notifications for the next video. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.